Red Moon Part 3 sees Supergirl and Thao-La battle Chay-Til's monster, which begins smashing the roof of the cave off, which in turn causes the streets of Metropolis above them to rumble with an earthquake. The heroes realize the neighborhood above them is coming down, so Thao tells Kara to go and save them. Kara refuses to leave the Thalosian down there alone, but the woman says that Superman believed in her, so Supergirl should as well. Supergirl leaves to deal with Metropolis as the monster comes for Thao-La, while Chay-Til tells her that without her super friends, Thao-La has no chance of stopping him or his monster. He proclaims that even as a legless being, he earned enough iron that even she couldn't support. So what hope does she have against his might? Thao-La unleashes her Genesis power onto the being, blowing him back as she blasts the beast, telling Chay-Til that she was never the grub he called her, and neither were the other people he murdered, and neither was her brother. She confronts the beaten Chay-Til, telling him that his chain is indeed long, and she remembers the fearsome story she heard of him, and how she was terrified to see him again. But now she sees him for what he really is, a feeble old grub with a beast on a leash. She approaches the machine Chay-Til used to make the monster, telling him that without his machine, the poor creature he made will be as feeble as him. She smashes the machine apart and the monster dies. Thao assures Chay-Til that he is beaten and Superman's city still stands, and if they still lived under Mongol's law, they would take his iron and feed him to the great worms, but he is a prisoner of the free Warworlders now and the law of the unbloodied sword. Weeks later on Warworld, Chay-Til is imprisoned by Thao-La as the woman is told that New Fallujah is nearly upon them. The warrior wonders what they will do with Chay-Til, and Thao-La tells her friend that she pities him since it feels wrong to keep him in chains after all they went through to get rid of theirs. They know they can't take his chain, however, since all he seems to care about now is the iron around him. Thao-La knows what he has done and how his life is keeping the Warzone way alive. He's just done it better than everyone else around him, and he did it so well he even outlived his masters and the lessons they taught him. After Thao leaves, Chay-Til is visited by Krillux, who breaks into the cell via a portal. Krillux asks if Chay-Til Ironblade belonged to Mongol's side, wondering if that's still true and if he is the strongest Warzone there is.